All right, Searching for Sharks, September 25th, 2015. Use this week's issue of Time for Kids, edition 3-4, to answer the questions. For each question, circle the letter next to the best answer. Now remember, we're only going to read each question for each article. So the first article, we're going to look at a shark hunt. And remember, you can always take this home and finish it if you need to. So we're going to identify the main idea. This story is mostly about a study to count sharks worldwide, fish species found in the Bahamas, how sharks and rays are different from one another, or efforts to save hammerhead sharks. So let's go to number 2, key details. We're still in shark hunt. Global Fin Print's main goal is to do what? There's one main thing that they want to do. Count every fish in the ocean, find out where sharks and rays need help most, help sharks find prey, or stop climate change. Still in the article Shark Hunt. Now we're going to look at text features. Is a graph, a chart? What is it? According to the sidebar, water safety, shark attacks happen often, are rare, happen more often in Europe, do not happen anymore. There's probably one I probably know I could eliminate. It's okay to eliminate. Shark Hunt, cause and effect. What is the one threat sharks and rays are facing? What's a threat they're facing? Habitat loss, too much prey, colder oceans, or none of the above? I believe we have one more question from Shark Hunt. Let's look at key details. This looks like this is going to be a right there answer because I have a specific fact. And it says about how many sharks are killed each year. So they probably give a number, and I'm going to probably have to estimate. So about how many sharks are killed each year? 100 million, 50 million, 8 million, or 1 million. So now what I want you to do is you should go just to this article. So pause recording or shut it off and go and read the Shark Hunt. Then go back and read the questions. All right? And you know what? I noticed that there's 2 questions from this article. Should parents pay for school buses? Should parents pay for school buses? I might want to do those next. Even though they're out of order, they have 2 questions, so I might want to read that article next. Recall sources. Ooh, so where'd they get their information? What source does Olivia Brannon give to support her opinion? Does she get it from a principal? Does she get it from the transportation researcher? Does she get it from the U.S. Department of Transportation? Or does she get it from the U.S. Department of Labor? Should parents pay for school buses? Identify perspective. It's really point of view. Jordan Miller would most likely agree that what? If it's from his point of view, what does he agree? That parents should pay more for school fees? Kids should get rides from parents instead of taking the bus? Or parents should not have to pay for the textbooks? Or both A and B? So now you're going to pause. You're going to go to this article and you're going to do those questions. If you need to review or rewind the recording, please do so. All right, even though we went out of order, I'm going to go back to this one. It says Travels with Pope Francis. So I'm going to go back to that article when I'm ready, but I'm first going to read the question. In which city will Pope Francis speak at the United Nations General Assembly? That's a right there question. Is he going to be in Havana, Washington, D.C., New York City, or Philadelphia? So you can pause and go read that article and then come back and answer your question. Number 7, top 5 animals with the longest lifespans. So let's look at that chart. And I have to make a computation, so I'm probably going to have to add something or multiply. Which animal can outlive a red sea urchin by 5 years? So I have to look at the red sea urchin and what's going to live 5 years longer. The Arctica islandica, the Galapagos tortoise, the bowhead whale, or the rough-eye rockfish. So go back to that article and look at your numbers. Broadway siblings make inferences. So you have to base it on information. Sydney and Jake Lucas can be described as all except what? Fearful, ambitious, busy, or creative. So what's all? There's one word that will not fit with these 2 kids for some reason. All right, pause and go back to that article. And then when you're ready, you're going to go to the next part of your assignment. Meet a great white. Great white sharks are built for survival. Read the diagram to learn about the features that help this animal survive. Then answer the questions. Eyes. Great white sharks can see well in both bright and dim light. Gills. Large slits on either side of the shark's head take in oxygen from the water. Skin. It feels as rough as sandpaper. That is because it is covered in protective scales. Fins. These fins control movement Tail fin. A side-to-side flick of the tail fins move the shark quickly through the water. Ears. The fish has small but powerful ears. They can sense the tiniest vibrations in the water. Nostrils. The great white has a sharp sense of smell. It can sniff out a seal from 2 miles away. Teeth. Great whites have 300 teeth in up to 7 rows. When these sharks lose a tooth, new ones replaces it. Now you see complete sentences, complete sentences. Which feature helps a great white breathe? This one does not need a complete sentence. 2. What happens when a great white loses a tooth? Complete sentence. True or false? The great white sees best in bright light. 4. You need a complete sentence. What do the fins help the great white do? 5. How do you describe the great white's shape? 4 points. You better have more than a couple ideas and complete sentences. All right? If at any time you need to review the recording, please do. Turn in paper, make sure your name and number is done. If you don't finish in the hour that you're given, take it home and finish. Have a good day.